guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope your day is going great. Today's gonna actually be a really exciting video because I'm finally going to be reviewing something that I got recently. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, then you definitely will have seen them already. So today we will be reviewing my Samorga handbag protectors, liners, interior shapers. I don't really know what they're called. First things first, what is a handbag liner protector shaper? This is essentially what it looks like. I know it looks super silly. It's like a handbag organizer. Usually they're made out of like felt, pretty sturdy. And the general purpose of these is to A, provide your bag with a shape so it doesn't sag with use. B, you're gonna be protecting the inside of your bag so it doesn't get damaged with like pens, scratch marks from your keys. I don't know what else you carry in there, your wallet, your phone. And also C, it helps you to organize your handbag so that things aren't tumbling around like a huge mess inside all the time. Some of these liners actually have dividers and pockets inside, like this one has one interior pocket on one side and two interior pockets on that side, and it'll help you to kind of like store things such as like your cards, your passport if you're traveling somewhere, if you have receipts, you can just stick them in there and know where they're always going to be. They're not going to kind of like roll around inside like a huge garbage bag of mess. So that's going to be sharing with you guys today my current review with the Samorga handbag protectors. No, I need to stop calling them handbag protectors. What are they called? They're like bag liners? Bag shapers? I think they're called bag shapers. That's what they're called. Just like primarily bag shapers. Yeah. We're gonna be calling them the bag shapers today. And I have all of mine from Smorga. I will be very transparent with you guys. I was actually sent these from Smorga for consideration. I personally reached out to them to see if I could test out a couple of theirs to see if I liked it, because I started noticing as I was purchasing more designer bags, I wanted them to last for a long time. And I found that a lot of them got really messy inside, and before I dumped all of my money out to purchase more, I just want to try a couple to see how I like them. So this is my full review on them. I'm not being compensated for anything besides the fact that they sent over some of the products for me to test out, and I have 4 of them to show you guys today. So I actually originally found out about Samorga I think many years ago when I was younger, when I was first going to my foray of designer handbags, and I happened upon the purse forum. I saw the word Samorga many times, like over and over and over, so I realized they had already developed a cult following. And then my gal in New York, Alyssa, actually has a bunch of these for her handbags as well, and she constantly raves about them. So I knew that if she likes them, I'm definitely gonna like them, because Alyssa has this amazing collection of designer handbags. I literally lust over all of them, and every single time she gets a new one, I'm like, I want that one. I don't think there's a single handbag in her collection that I actually don't like and can't envision myself using. So every time I see her get a new one, I always ask myself like, should I get myself that one too? She's actually the one that inspired me to get the Chanel Small Diana, because I saw how amazing it looked on her and I absolutely fell in love with it, so I ended up getting it for myself too. But I would kill for her handbag collection. She has some stunning collector's items. Anyways, back to this video. So this is all about the Samorga handbag shapers. So like I said, I have 4 of them, and I've been using them quite a bit extensively for the past, like, I guess month since I've received them, and I think that I can give you guys a well enough review. I haven't used them all equally across all of my handbags, but enough for me to really understand like how it's gonna work for myself and my lifestyle and whether or not I would recommend them. So let's just dive right into it. We're gonna start off with the shaper that I have for my LV Toiletry 26. So as we all know, this bag, it is cute, but the biggest problem that a lot of people have with this is the fact that there is like no straps, there is no top handle, no nothing. This is 100% a clutch. And I think this actually was originally designed to not be worn as a handbag. Cue the name a toiletry pouch. I'm pretty sure you were supposed to use this to put your toiletry items in when you were traveling, but there's no freaking way I'm gonna be putting products in containers that can open up and spill and leak inside this bag. This vachetta leather needs to be protected, and she will not be seeing liquid inside of her. So yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be doing that to this bag. I primarily got this bag to wear it as a clutch, either for like nighttime or daytime, so I could wear it like underneath my arm here, I guess, or to hold it. But I have definitely seen a lot of people online buy handbag shapers and chains so that they can actually attach a chain to the top around this to turn it into an actual bag you can wear. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. So from Samorga, I actually got this shaper right here. I can't remember the color of this one right off the top of my head. I will include the details of every single shaper that I have right now in the description box below, along with the color and the thickness. I think they offer 2 different thicknesses of the felt. I decided to go for the thinner ones because a lot of the bags that I ended up getting my shapers for are actually on the smaller end of my bag spectrum. I didn't want too much of the interior taken up by the felt. So these are all, I believe, like 1.22 millimeters at most. I had actually originally selected a different shaper. This one has D-rings on the top. I think they have two different styles, one without a D-ring hook on either side and one with. So the one that I originally selected had none of these hooks on them, and I selected it in like a dark beige color. But when they saw my selection, they actually advised that I go for this color instead because this actually better matches the interior of this bag, and I 100% completely agree. It matches it like pretty closely to the naked eye, that if you were to look into this bag immediately, you wouldn't notice that I have a bag shaper inside of it. So I really appreciate them letting me know and advising against it. So I decided to go with this one. And I guess this one just so happens to have the D-ring loops on the end. So if you put it in, you can actually, once it's in here like this, on these loops, attach a chain underneath the zipper and be actually able to wear it as like a shoulder bag or a crossbody, however you like. I actually really like this one. It fits in like a glove. I'm gonna demonstrate and put it in right for you. It's a little bit tight, which is what I mean by it fits perfectly like a glove. You just slide it in. I work my fingers to the bottom corners to make sure that everything is in nice and snug, and then when you look inside, it looks like this. So you almost can't tell that there is a bag shaper inside. The color is almost identical. They did a great job of color matching this, and I truly love it. It sits like about maybe a ½ inch underneath the zipper, so it doesn't get stuck in the zipper when you're zipping it back and forth. Even with the D-rings loops into here, I have no issue zipping this and closing the bag shut. And then from the outside, it looks like I have nothing on the inside. It doesn't stretch the bag, it doesn't distort it, and it doesn't like screw up the shape or anything at all, which is what I really like. So like I said, one of the main reasons you get bag shapers is to help maintain the integrity and the shape of your bag. Over time, as you use them, the materials will stretch, they will bulge, especially if you are somebody who tends to overstuff your bags. I try to be very careful when it comes to my designer bags because, you know, you spend a lot of money on them and I don't want to damage them. So I figured, you know, might as well invest in them a little bit more and get bag shapers. So I really like this one because it fits in super snug and doesn't waste a lot of space. And it also has all these like little dividers and pockets on the inside where I can slide things in, like my wallet, my cards if I want to hold individual ones, or if I just want to put receipts on the side. And then in the middle, that's where I store things like my lip balm, my compact mirror. I don't know, if I have like a couple of like gum packets lying around, I can like stick it into here. And everything is nice and snug. I know exactly where it's going to be. It's perfectly organized inside here, and I can just reach in and expect to know what I want to take out. So I really like this one. I think they did a great job with the Toiletry Pouch 26. Highly recommend it. And if you guys want to know exactly which one I got for this pouch, it'll all be linked in the description bar down below. Next one that I got is actually for my Celine Classic Box Bag. So I will include a review of this bag and a card somewhere up above here if you guys have any questions about it. I had someone ask in a previous video if I still love this bag, and the answer is yes. I still love this bag as much as the very first day that I bought it. It is such like a classic style, and it's so sleek and simple, but like casual at the same time. I can wear this out regularly or wear this out at nighttime. I love it. The interior of this bag is lined with leather and like a really stinking soft lambskin. This bag is big enough for me to throw my keys in, so I definitely do, and I've traveled with this bag and had my passport, keys, wallet, like everything you can think of in here. It fits so freaking much, and because of that, I find that I tend to abuse it a little bit, and I want to take care of the leather a little bit more so it's going to last a long time. So not only is it going to stand the test of time for myself, but for my kids in the future if I ever want to pass it down to them or if they ever want to borrow it. So this actual bag shaper from Smorga is 2 pieces. So as you can see, inside a Celine Trio, you get, it's not the Celine Trio, sorry, this is the classic bag. There are 3 compartments. There is like a little zip flap on the back side, the main compartment in the middle here, and a little front flatter compartment there. The back is zipped, so they don't really provide a bag shaper or protector for it, but there are 2 separate compartments for you to put into the bag. This is the main one, nice and big like this, and this is the front little outside pocket. So these are also in the 1.22 millimeter thickness. I wanted it as thin as possible so I wasn't wasting any space inside of this bag. And the thing with this bag is that it's kind of like an accordion the way it folds, and it's so weird. So it's hard to get these to fit in like perfectly into every nook and cranny. I think they did like a really great job. It definitely maximizes the bag space. But when I put it in, there are a little few areas that have some wasted spaces here and there. I'll show you what it looks like. It might be a little bit hard to see because I got the black shade to match the interior. You can't really tell what it looks like when I slide it in. This is the big one for the middle. I'm going to slide it right into the middle. and this one slides in like perfectly. If you can kind of see, this is what it looks like on the inside. So the edges lose a little bit of space here. It doesn't go right in perfectly like the way it does with my LV Toiletry. And I'm gonna put in the little front pouch as well so you guys can look and see what this one looks like. Again, this one slides in perfectly. So the thing with this bag is that there's like, if you can see it, oh, this is so hard to show because this bag is all black and I think it doesn't really like the lighting that much. So the front here actually comes in a little bit, and then there's that little pouch right there. The front one goes into this little like curved area, so you actually end up losing a lot of space in the back here. I'm trying my best to see in the monitor if this is actually showing what I want to show. Can you guys see the pouches inside? Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of wasted space, and I can understand that this bag was probably hard to design for, which is why the pouches look like this. The primary reason why I wanted the bag shapers for this bag wasn't for structural integrity. This is a very structurally sound bag. I don't think it's gonna sag or lose shape over time. The only reason it would lose shape is if I overstretch it and put things inside that make the leather bulge, but otherwise it's a very thick and well-designed bag. It's gonna stay and keep its shape for a long period of time. The reason I wanted a bag shaper for this bag was to actually protect the interior lining of it so it wouldn't scratch the lambskin, which is why I got the felt. I'm okay with this. It doesn't cover every nook and cranny perfectly, and because I do tend to actually overstuff this bag a little bit, and because it doesn't let me use up all the space to maximize, this is probably a little bit better for me that I do have some wasted space in here so I'm not constantly overstuffing it. But I like what these pouches serve purpose-wise for this specific bag. So if you have this one and you want to protect the interior, these ones are definitely going to be the way to go. I forgot to mention that they have a variety of different bags that they have like specially designed shapers for. So chances are if you've bought any of like, I guess like the top 10 bags of each year for the past few years, you'll definitely find the silhouette that you're looking for on there. I think they also have the bag shapers for the smaller size of the Celine box bag. So if you have that little mini one, you might be able to get that one. But because I had the medium, I got this one. Another bag shaper that I got is for my brand new Chanel tweed medium baby. As you can see, I didn't hold off from using this bag until my birthday. I definitely started using it as soon as I got it. So chances are I might end up using this as an excuse to get myself a little small something else closer to my birthday. But I do truly recognize this as my birthday gift to myself. I wanted to protect this bag because it is an older piece. I believe in the research that I did from the date and serial code from this bag is that this is from 2011 and that is 10 years old, and the bag is magically in a very beautiful pristine shape for that age. So I want to make sure she stays in that good condition over time as she continues to age. That being said, I got a bag shaper for her and I'm going to show you what it looks like in here. This one's currently being used. This is my current bag of the moment. So I will take the shaper out and I'll show you just how stuffed it is right now. This bag shaper looks like this. It is a nice shallow little bag shaper held up against the bag. As you can see, it doesn't quite reach the top all the way. It's quite low, and I think that's okay because the bag starts to kind of like have the flap up around here anyway, so it gets it really thick. And I think if it was any longer than this, the bag shaper probably wouldn't fit in it completely. I personally love this because I can fit so much stuff in here and help keep it organized. I'm gonna show you really quickly what's inside. There are two little pockets on either side here, like two flaps that they've kind of sewn in. On one side, I keep my card carrying case, and on the other, I have some pads if I have an emergency, and then the inside is just like one big hole. One half here is all my receipts that I actually keep in the protective bag from my card carrying case from Chanel. This one holds all the receipts that I need at any given time if I'm doing returns, exchanges, or I have like gift cards, I put them into there. And then on this side, I just have a compact mirror and a small little hand cream. I used to have a lip balm. I took it out because it was finished, so I do need to replace it with a new one, but that usually on a day-to-day basis is all I ever really carry. And if I have keys, I just throw it into the slot in center here. This actually holds a lot, and the medium-sized bag, this is my first one thus far. I got this in the 1.22 millimeter thickness in felt, and of course in black, so that it would match the interior of the bag. This one, similar to the LV Toiletry 26 pouch, actually slides in perfectly like a glove. I'll see if I can show you guys. In person, it might be a little bit hard for me to do on camera. I usually do this on like a table or something. Just kind of like slides right in, and it's there perfectly. So as you can see, everything is inside. It's nice and snug and organized. The primary reason I got this for this bag was because A, she's an older gal and she was already losing a little bit of structural integrity in the front here. I could tell that whoever was using her last shoved a lot of things into the front pocket and it pushed it back, and I wanted something to help reinforce the shape of the bag, which is why I wanted the bag shaper for this one. And then also B, she's old. The leather is a little bit scratched up on the inside. I'll show you in the full review of this bag once I get it up. There are quite a few scratches on the flap in here, which means when someone either opened it, their nails scratched the inside or their keys did. And it is a very soft leather, and I don't want this to happen to the rest of the bag so that it can retain its value over time, which is why the bag shaper comes in handy, so I can throw things in like my keys and cards and whatnot without having to worry about it scratching the interior of the bag. The only downside to this is that this bag is kind of tight now that I have this. So if you think about it, it's 1.22 millimeters of felt all the way around. So the front is 1.22, the back is also 1.22. You end up losing about 2.5 millimeters of space in the bag. It may not be a lot, trust me, but it does definitely shrink down how much you can put in this bag, and I do feel like this bag is tighter. So because of that, sometimes I have had some issues with actually completely closing the bag and like clasping it shut. As you can see right now, I might have one too many receipts on here. It made it a little bit tricky for me to just like press it down. This should just slap and slide onto the turn lock really easily and lock shut. And now she's looking a little tick. So I do need to be careful when I'm putting things into this bag to make sure I'm not overstuffing her, because although I do have a bag shaper to help maintain its I guess like structural integrity, overstuffing the bag itself will in turn damage it if I put too many things along with the bag shaper inside. So that's one thing I would note. You are still taking away a little bit of volume inside of the bag when you are using these bag shapers. But I really like it. I think it protects the bag on the inside and it does exactly what I need to do. So I am a huge fan of this one. If you guys have Chanel bags, you know they appreciate and value like crazy over time. So I would highly recommend getting yourself a bag shaper from Samorga so you can help protect it, keep your bag really well shaped, and then also protect the inside so you don't get weird scratches at all. Playing with lighting here because I feel like it's getting really late. I'm recording this at 6:20 right now, and I feel like because it's overcast, it's gotten so dark really quickly, even though the sun isn't usually supposed to set until closer to 8. So please bear with me if you see the quality of the video go down a little bit as I bump up the brightness to kind of overcompensate for it. I have one more bag shaper left to show you guys, and it is for my Dior Saddle Bag. So this little beauty right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and show you guys what it looks like close in person, and then I will put it back inside the bag to show you what it looks like to insert it back inside. So I know a lot of people have gripes with this bag being like, it looks large, but you can't fit a lot inside of it because of the strange shape and because it actually has like a little dividing section in the middle here that pushes up in the center. It is not one huge like kidney shaped bag hole, as you can see. It has like a slight dividing thing here, so you don't actually have that much space in the bag. But for what I carry on a day-to-day, I am actually like very, very happy with this bag and what I can put inside. So I personally don't have any issues. I really wanted to get a bag shaper for this one to help me kind of organize the interior of the bag a little bit, just because it is a strange shape. Kind of hard to look inside and take everything out at all times if you have small things all the time. The interior of the bag is not the biggest issue for me because it is lined with suede, and suede doesn't get as scratched up as easily as lambskin leather does. And then also the overall structure of the bag is pretty thick. The leather is very, very durable, so I wasn't too worried about this losing any sort of structural integrity over time. I did get a kind of like very textured pebble leather, so this is also a very thick and durable leather as well, so I'm not too worried about this bag overall damage wise. My biggest thing with this one was just organization. If I had like a tiny little lip balm that rolled to the very bottom, I wouldn't be able to find it, which is why I wanted one of these bag shapers to help me kind of like organize things better. So this is not your traditional shape when it comes to a bag. As you can see, it looks like a little kidney, and I like it because the inside has little dividers. On the front here, front or back, I can't remember which way this faces, there is this little like semi-circle crescent moon shaped pocket, so you can slide cards in here if you want to keep something in place right on the side. I actually really like using this slot right here to put my lip balm so it's standing upright and it faces me, and it's not like lying down this way, it's going up this way so I can reach for it really quickly. And then on this side over here, the other side, there is another little like crescent moon. It's actually just essentially mirrored on both sides, whichever side you have, to have like the little pocket here to put things in. If I'm going out somewhere really quickly and I don't want to bring my whole wallet, I just throw in my most important cards like my credit card or my driver's license, and I just like stick it in right on this side, have the lip balm here, and just throw in things like emergency pads, tampons, whichever receipt I need, and my compact mirror, and I am set to go. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like next. Putting this one into this bag, it's a little bit more complicated since it's kind of like a tighter fit, and this bag itself is not the easiest to open, but I'll try to demonstrate on camera for you guys. So I like to put it in like you're holding a sock puppet with the mouth here with your hands, grip it, and then just like insert it in. You gotta get a little bit rough with this one to get it in all the way at the bottom to make sure that you're not wasting any space. But once it's in, it is in, and like you can barely see the interior. It's kind of a black hole, this bag anyway, so you can't really tell regardless of what the color of the insert is. And I actually like that this insert comes up to a point where it doesn't completely, it's gonna be so hard for me to show you guys this unless you own a saddle bag, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a zipper in here. The insert doesn't come up to cover it, so it's still really easily accessible. That looked really complicated to show you guys. I have no idea how I will show you. But the only thing I will mention is that because this bag is actually really hard to access to begin with, although I love it, maybe if I put it on my shoulder it'll be easier for me to show you these things. So this flap here is not the easiest to open and shut. If you're going in, it like resists a little bit and you gotta like open the bag to pull your things out. So it's definitely not your everyday bag. And with the liner in here, it takes up a lot of space, so it makes it a little bit tighter, but I like it because it helps to keep things upright and in place, which is why I got this one again, like I said. So I would definitely recommend it if you find that you're constantly losing things inside of this bag. If you're not, then maybe this isn't going to be the liner for you, but I really like it and it serves its purpose for me. So I am genuinely, truly happy with this one for this bag. All right, so I think that's it for my review of these Samorga handbag shapers, liners, protectors. I think we settled on calling them handbag shapers, but that is essentially my review on the 4 that I got for my bags. I have been trying to rotate through and testing out these bags extensively over the course of the past few weeks just to see how these Smorga products actually hold up and whether they are not actually providing me what I need for each bag's purpose. As I mentioned, each bag has a separate purpose that I intended the handbag shaper for, whether it's to keep its structural integrity, to protect the inside lining, or to just help me keep organized. Every single one had like a different purpose, and I think from this point on, from what I've seen, it does serve its purpose, and I think it works really, really well. The great thing about these is that they're not like crazy expensive either. They're relatively affordable. If you're gonna be spending that much on the handbag already, if you guys know how much these bags cost, like besides the toiletry bag, which was about I think like $400 or $500, all the other ones range in like the thousands of dollars. So if you're gonna be spending that much on a handbag, $40 to $50 for a handbag liner is like a drop in the bucket and well worth your time and spend to protect these bags that you have invested in. So I highly recommend getting one for yourself. They also have like a bunch of different colors for each and every single one and different felt thicknesses. So depending on what your tastes and preferences are, you can get like a fun, bright, vibrant color for the inside of your bag if you want, or you can get one that matches the interior lining of your bag, which is kind of what I went for. Because, you know, I'm the more practical, logical side of the person who likes to make everything match and look cohesive. But I can definitely see somebody going for like maybe a Celine bag and getting like a bright pink one. I think that would be so much fun and just be like a nice pop of color when you open the interior of your bag. So personally for myself, I love these. I can definitely see myself getting more of them for my future bags that I acquire down the road. I think they serve a really great purpose, and I think everybody can definitely benefit from having this as part of like your bag protective care. I mean, like we take care of our bags enough to like put them into nice glass cases, I don't know, put them on stands, get little pillows for inserts, or even use the dust bags. So why not get a bag shaper to help you just retain the value of your bag over time so that it's nice and cared for. But yeah, I truly like them, highly recommend them, and I think you guys should get some for yourself too. But yeah, let me know if you also have gotten any Samorga inserts for yourself, or if you use any other brands. I would love to know what kind of brands you're currently using, because I'd like to do some more research into other ones as well. Samorga does have a lot of handbag shapes and designs covered, but they are missing a couple that I have in my collection that I would like to get an insert for to also protect. So let me know if you have any other favorite companies or brands that I should look into, and yeah, your thoughts on these, and if you would get one for yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys know where to find me if you want to see more of me. I'm always on Instagram and TikTok. I post on there at least once a day on both of the platforms. But if you like watching this video and other videos on my channel, make sure you guys are subscribed and notified. That way you know every single time I upload a brand new video. Usually every Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. I've been kind of bad at it lately, but I'm going to try to get back on track. But otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!